Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast Special Edition Show 2022 World Cup Preview and Picks. We're going to go through all the squads, all the odds and groups, and I'll do the round of 16 and go through my picks for there and do some bets and such. All right. Group A consists of Qatar, who's the host, Ecuador, Senegal, and the Netherlands. So Qatar, so their fixtures are against Ecuador on the 20th, Senegal on the 25th, and the 29th against the Netherlands. This obviously begins on Sunday the 20th. The goalkeepers on the squad, Saad El-Shabib from Al-Sadd, Michel Barsham of Al-Sadd, and Yusuf Hassan of Al-Gharafa. From Al-Sadd, defenders Roro, Adolkanem Hassan, Tariq Salman, Musab Kader, and Bulam Koki. From Al-Ghafara, Homan Ahmed, Al-Duhail, Bassam Al-Roy, and Ismail Mohammed, and Al-Arabi, Jassim Gaber. The midfielders, from Al-Sadd, you have Mohammed Wad, Ali Asadallah, Salem Al-Hajri, and Mustafa Tariq. El Rayyan, you have Abdelaziz Hatem. From Al-Duhail, Karim Boudiouf, and Asim Madibo. And then the forwards, from Al-Gharafa, Ahmed Alidin, Al-Duhail, Mohammed Montari, and Alomez Ali. From Al-Sadd, Hassan Al-Haidos, who's the captain, and Arkam Afrif. From Al-Warqa, Khalid Munair, and Al-Ryan Nahif Al-Hadharmi. So that's your Qatar squad. The Ecuador squad is interesting. They will be playing Qatar on the 20th, the Netherlands on the 25th, and Senegal on the 29th. They have some MLS players on this squad. From LAFC, Diego Palacios, who's on the MLS Cup winning LAFC team. He's a defender from the Seattle Sounders. You have Alexander Adarega. The reason why I went through the whole Qatar squad is because they're a host, and they're like the big host. So that's why I had to list them all off. LAFC, Jose Cifuentes and Jason Mendez, who are midfielders on this team. Any other soccer players of note? Their goaltending is pretty solid too. So I like this squad a lot for Ecuador. Also in this group is Senegal. For them, the 21st, they have the Netherlands, Qatar on the 25th, and Ecuador on the 29th. Notable players on the squad, Chelsea goalkeeper Edouard Mendy is on the team. Chelsea defender, Khalidou Koulibaly, who's the captain. Leicester City midfielder, Nampalys Mendy. And that's really it among players of significance. Mendy's a big one. He's probably the best goalie in Group A. And then the fourth team in this group is the Netherlands. They have Senegal on the 21st, Ecuador on the 25th, and Qatar on the 29th. Players of note on the squad, Liverpool defender Virgil van Van Dijk, who's the captain. Man City defender Nathan Ake. Man United defender Tyrell Malacia. Barcelona midfielder Frankie de Jong. Barcelona forward Memphis Depay. So this is a pretty good team that they have here. And then their goalkeeping isn't as strong as, say, Senegal's or Ecuador's. Obviously, method of qualifications, Qatar's the host. That's why, like I said, I had to go through their whole roster. CONMEBOL round robin, 4th place finish for Ecuador. The CAF third round winners, Senegal, and then UEFA Group G winners, the Netherlands. So that's how you get in. And then to the knockout stage, I'm going to go to futures on FanDuel. My pick for this group, this is tough because there's so much talent on a lot of these teams. I think Qatar is the weakest team. I don't have them in the knockout stage. I'm thinking Netherlands for this group. So Group A, Netherlands is a minus 195 favorite. Senegal's plus 490, and so is Ecuador and Qatar 17-1. Obviously, top two go to the knockout round. Netherlands is going to be my pick to win Group A. But my value pick, second place to go to the knockout, it's either going to be Senegal or Ecuador. I personally think that Senegal has the goalie advantage with Edouard Mendy of Chelsea. But Ecuador has the MLS talent on the team and 3 players from the team that just won the MLS Cup in LAFC. But I am going to go with Senegal plus 490. Or that would be my long shot Group A pick, but they would be my pick to go to the qualifying round over Ecuador, although I would not be surprised if it's Ecuador. All right, we'll move on to Group B. Group B consists of England, Iran, the U.S., and Wales. England, so they have Iran on the 21st, U.S. on the 25th, and Wales on the 29th. So, notables on England's team, Arsenal goalie Aaron Ramsdale, Newcastle United goalie Nick Pope, and then Everton goalie Jordan Pickford. That's a good group of goaltenders. They are loaded defensively. Kyle Walker, Luke Shaw of United, Kyle Walker of Man City, John Stones of Man City, Harry Maguire of Man United, Newcastle's Kieran Tripper, Tottenham Hotspur's Eric Dier, Everton's Connor Cody, Liverpool's Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Arsenal's Ben White. That is a loaded defense. Midfielders, they have Chelsea's Mason Mount and Conor Gallagher. Man City's Calvin Phillips. Vice captain Jordan Henderson of Liverpool. And then forwards of Man City, Jack Grealish, Phil Foden. Leicester City, James Maddison. Man United's Marcus Rashford. This team is absolutely loaded. And Chelsea's Raheem Sterling. This is an absolutely loaded group for England's team. All right. Iran, they have England on the 21st, Wales on the 25th, and U.S. on the 29th. Iran's group, so their goaltending isn't very strong, in my opinion. I really don't like Iran's roster. Now that I look at it, they have AEK Athens as Ishan Hazafi as their captain. He's a defender. Malad Mohami is on this team. This is a very, very weak group, in my opinion, from Iran. United States, So we have Wales on the 21st, the 25th against England. That's on Black Friday. And Iran on the 29th. So the current squad, the starting goalie will probably be NYCFC goalie Sean Johnson, although Matt Turner of Arsenal is in play to start too. So two really solid goalies. They have Walker Zimmerman of Nashville SC, Aaron Long of the Red Bulls, and Nashville SC's Shaq Moore on defense. Inter Miami's DeAndre Yedlin as well. Midfielders are from LAFC, Kellen Acosta. He's on the team that just won the cup. Seattle Sounders midfielder Christian Roldan. From Juventus, you have Weston McKennie on this team too. And then forwards, Seattle Sounders Jordan Morris, Chelsea's Christian Pulisic, and FC Dallas forward Jesus Ferreira. So, pretty good group, I would say. And then Wales is last. So, U.S. on the 21st, Iran on the 25th, and England on the 29th. Notable players in net, they have Leicester City goalie Danny Ward. Their defense, they have some interesting names on there. Nottingham Forest is Nico Williams. He's a young kid. He's 21 years old. The midfielders, they have a vice captain, Aaron Ramsey of Club Nice, or simply Nice, as they like to call it. And then in terms of forwards, their captain is Gareth Bale of the LAFC. So he was on the MLS Cup winning team. So many players from that team, for sure. So this roster is not as strong as England's or even US's. England is -240, USA is +550, Wales is 6-1, and Iran is 19-1. England's winning this group, no doubt in my mind. They're the best group, or the best of the group. USA is a value play +550 in case something weird happens, but I have USA coming in second into the knockout stage. Group C, we have Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Mexico, and Poland. We'll start Argentina. They have Saudi Arabia on the 22nd, Mexico on the 26th, and Poland on the 30th. So their roster's pretty good. They have a couple good goalies. They have Aston Villa's Emiliano Martinez and Varel's Geronimo Rulli. In terms of defenders, they have Man United's Lisandro Martinez, Atletico Madrid's Noel Molina, Sevilla's Gonzalo Montiel, and Marcos Acuna. Midfielders, they have from Juventus, Leandro Paredes, Atlanta United's Thiago Almada. And forwards, they have Man City's Julian Alvarez, and of course, captain Lionel Messi from Paris Saint-Germain. They have Angel Di Maria of Juventus, Roma's Paolo Dybala. So this is a loaded group in Argentina. Saudi Arabia. They have Argentina on the 22nd, Poland on the 26th, and Mexico on the 30th. Their squad is all players from Al Ahly, Al Hilal, and Al Nassr, and Al Shabab, and Al Ittihad. So, and Al Fateh. So it's all players from Saudi Arabian clubs. So this squad is not really all that strong in my opinion. Mexico's an interesting group. So they have Poland on the 22nd, Argentina on the 26th, and Saudi Arabia on the 30th. So in terms of their roster, their starting goalie is going to be Guillermo Ochoa. He's a vice captain from America. They have some solid defenders. America's Nestor Araujo, Hector Moreno of Monterrey. Midfielders, they have Hector Herrera from the Houston Dynamo on there. Their captain, Andres Guardado from Betis. And then forwards, they have Henry Martin of America and Hirving Lozano of Napoli among their forwards. And then the last team in this group is Poland. They have Mexico on the 22nd, Saudi Arabia on the 26th, and Argentina on the 30th. So their roster, their starting goalie, I think it's going to be Juventus goalie Wojciech Szczesny. Defenders, they have Aston Villa's Matty Cash and Jan Bednarek. They have Kamil Gilk as their vice captain of Benevento. Midfielders, Birmingham City's Kristen Bielix on there. Napoli's Piotr Zielinski. And then forwards, they have some names in there. Their captain is Robert Lewandowski of Barcelona. They have Charlotte FC's Karol Swiderski. And they also have Juventus forward Arkadiusz Milik. I personally think Group C is weak compared to Group B and even Group A. Method of qualifications: Argentina from the CONMEBOL round robin runners-up. Saudi Arabia, the AFC third round Group B winners, and Mexico, the CONCACAF third round runners-up, and then Poland, the UEFA second round Path B. And in Group B, I forgot to mention how the qualifications. England was UEFA Group 1 winners. Iran, AFC third round Group A winners. U.S., CONCACAF third round, third place. And Wales, UEFA's second round Path A. In terms of winners of this group, to me, it's no doubt Argentina's winning this group. They're minus 280. Mexico's plus 550. So is Poland and Saudi Arabia as a whopping 38-1. Value pick, maybe Poland. That's a tough one. I'm going to go Poland second. Mexico doesn't make the top 16, and obviously Saudi Arabia won't either. All right, Group D. This is going to be an interesting group. We have France, Australia, Denmark, and Tunisia. We'll start with France. They have Australia on the 22nd, Denmark on the 26th, and Tunisia on the 30th. So their team is actually pretty good. Their goalies aren't bad. West Ham United's Alphonse Areola and Hugo Lloris of Tottenham Hotspur. Defenders, they have Liverpool's Ibrahima Konate, Milan's Theo Hernandez, Arsenal's William Saliba, Barcelona's Jules Koundé, Man United's Rafael Varane, and Bayern Munich's Benjamin Pavard. Midfielders, Real Madrid's Aurélien Tchouaméni, Juventus's Adrien Rabiot, and Real Madrid's Eduardo Camavinga. And then forwards, they have Real Madrid's Karim Benzema, Barcelona's Ousmane Dembele, and Atletico Madrid's Antoine Griezmann. So they have some names there. Australia. So they have France on the 22nd, Tunisia on the 26th, and Denmark on the 30th. In terms of players on this team, Their goalie is likely going to be Matt Ryan. He's their captain of Copenhagen. Defenders, they have Columbus's Milos Degnik. Brescia's Fran Karasik. Midfielders, they have Aaron Moy of Celtic. That's a name. And then they have for forwards Melbourne City's Matthew Leckie and Jamie Marcelren. And that's really it among names on this roster. Denmark. They have Tunisia on the 22nd, France on the 26th, and Australia on the 30th. Denmark's team, their goalie is probably going to be Kasper Schmeichel of Nice. Defender, so Crystal Palace's Joachim Andersen. Barcelona's Andreas Christensen. Midfielders, Christian Eriksen, he's the third captain on the team of Man United. And in forwards, they have Sevilla's Kasper Dolberg. From Brentford, they have Mikkel Damsgaard. So this roster is a little weaker than I thought it was. And then last but not least in this group is Tunisia. So they have Denmark on the 22nd, Australia on the 26th, and France on the 30th. So the question is, who starts in goal for this team? If I had to guess, I think it's a wash. I really can't tell you who I think is going to start in goal for them. This is easily the weakest group, or the weakest team of the group. So they don't have any captains on this team. Any big names? FC Köln's Elise Sakiri, a midfielder. Birmingham City's Hannibal Mejbri's on this team. Atramitos is Wajdi Kurita. Yeah, this Tunisia team is pretty weak in my opinion. Method of qualifications, France was the UEFA Group D winners. Australia was the AFC versus CONMEBOL playoff winners. Denmark, the UEFA Group F winners. And then Tunisia, the CAF third round winners. Group E. This is a good group. Oh, and I forgot about a pick for Group D. France obviously has the best team. Denmark's plus 210. Tunisia's 24-1 and Australia's 27-1. France, I'm going to say, wins the group, and Denmark's is second. Group E, you have Costa Rica, Spain, Germany, and Japan. This is a great group. There's going to be some good teams left out. We'll start with Costa Rica. They have Spain on the 23rd, Japan on the 27th, and Germany on December 1st. So, their starting goalie, I would say, might be Lugo's Patrick Sequeira, maybe Esteban Alvarado of Heredano. They have also defender Brian Oviedo on their team, and FC Cincinnati defender Ronald Matarrita. In terms of middle fielders, they have from the Colorado Rapids Daniel Cachon, and then forwards they have Leon's Joel Campbell. Next up will be Germany, Japan, November 23rd, Spain the 27th, and Costa Rica, December 1st. Germany's team is absolutely loaded. So their captain is goalie Manuel Neuer of Bayern Munich. They have, in terms of defenders, Real Madrid defender Antonio Rudiger. West Ham United, it's Thilo Kehrer. And Southampton's Armel Bella Kotschap. Midfielders, they have from Chelsea, Kai Havertz, Man City's Ike Gundogan, Bayern Munich's Jamal Musiala, and a couple of Borussia midfielders in Julian Brandt and Jonas Hoffman. And then forwards, they have a lot of them from Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund. So this is going to be a really good team in Germany. Next, Japan. So they have Germany on the 23rd, Costa Rica on the 27th, and Spain on December 1st. The Japan team usually comes to play. I feel like this is a country that gets overlooked in big events like this for both men's and women's soccer. So don't sleep on Japan. Because they are teams or a country that gets up for these types of big events. They can pick their poison in goal. In terms of defenders, they have from FC Tokyo, Yuto Nakatomo. Midfielders, they have a couple notables. From Sporting CP, Hinemasa Morita, and from Reims, Junya Ito. And from SB Freiburg, Rizzo Doan. And in terms of forward, they have from Celtic, Daisy and Maida, which is interesting. And then last but not least, Spain. So they have Costa Rica on the 23rd, Germany on the 22nd, and Japan on the 1st. This team's loaded. So in goal, starting for them, you think they're going to go with Unai Simon of Athletic Bilbao, right? Defenders, they have a lot of good ones. From Chelsea, they have Cesar Azpilicueta. Barcelona's Eric Garcia. Real Madrid's Danny Carvajal. One of their vice captains is Jordi Alba of Barcelona. And from Man City, Aymeric Laporte. Midfielders from Barcelona, their captain, Sergio Busquets. Koke's their third captain from Atletico Madrid. Barcelona, they have Gavi. They have Rodri from Man City. And then from Barcelona, they have Pedri. So their midfielders are absolutely loaded. And then forwards, they're loaded too. From Real Madrid, Marco Asensio, Ferran Torres of Barcelona, and Ansu Fati. And then in terms of qualifications, UEFA Group B winners in Spain, CONCACAF and OFC playoff winners, Costa Rica. UEFA Group J is Germany, and then AFC third round Group B runners-up in Japan. For this group, I'm picking Germany, and then for second, I'm going to go with Spain, or I'm going to reverse them. But I really do like both those teams. Spain's minus 115, Germany's plus 115, Japan's 15-1, and Costa Rica's 5,500. I'm going to go with Germany at plus 115 just to pick somebody different to win the group. Spain's going to come in second, I think. Japan third, and Costa Rica fourth. All right, now we'll move on to Group F. Belgium, Canada, Morocco, and Croatia. We'll start with Belgium. They play Canada on the 23rd, Morocco on the 27th, and Croatia on December 1st. Belgium's an interesting club. Starting in goal for them will be Real Madrid's Thibaut Courtois. In terms of defenders, they have a vice captain, Jan Vertonghen of Anderlecht, Leicester City's Wout Faes, and Timothy Castagne. Midfielders, they have Man City's Kevin De Bruyne, who's the third captain, and Yuri Tielemans of Leicester City. Aston Villa's Lander De Denker. AC Milan's Charles De Ketelaere. And then forwards, their captain is Eden Hazard of Real Madrid. And then they have Inter Milan's Romelu Lukaku. I think their forward is probably their weakest spot, although their captain is a forward. So this group isn't bad. Next up, Canada. They have Belgium on the 23rd, Croatia on the 27th, and Morocco on December 1st. Canada is an interesting group. their current team. They have some U.S. Players in there. Starting in goal for them, they have a lot of CF Montreal players, obviously. James Pantemis is probably going to start in net. He's a goalie for CF Montreal. They also have Minnesota United's Dane St. Clair in there as well. Defenders from Club Football Montreal, CF Montreal, Alistair Johnson, Kamal Miller, and Joel Waterman. And they have Toronto FC's Richie Laria in there as well. Midfielders from CF Montreal, Ismail Kone and Samuel Petite. Toronto FC's Mark Anthony Kay and Jonathan Osorio. And then forwards, they have from Bayern Munich, Alphonso Davies. And from the Vancouver Whitecaps, Lucas Cavallini. So they have some good players on this team. Next, Croatia, they have Morocco on the 23rd, Canada on the 27th, and Belgium on December 1st. Starting in net for them will probably be Atletico Madrid's Ivo Grbic. In terms of defenders, from Celtic, they have Joseph Juranovic. One of their vice captains is Dmgoj Vida of AEK Athens. From Rangers, they have Borna Barisic. And from Bayern Munich, they have Josip Stanisic. Midfielders from Chelsea, they have Mateo Kovacic. Real Madrid's Luka Modric is their captain. He's a really good player. And then in terms of forwards from Osasuna, Ante Bunir. So this group isn't terrible either. And then last but not least, Morocco. So they have Croatia on the 23rd, Belgium on the 27th, and Canada on December 1st. Their squad, starting in goal will probably be Sevilla's Yassine Bounou. Defenders is interesting. From Qatar SC, they have Badr Benon. And from Bayern Munich, they have Nusser Mazraoui. Midfielders, Azzedine Onhi from Angers. In terms of forwards, they have some good forwards. From Chelsea, they have a vice captain, Hakim Ziyech. And by the way, we missed the second vice captain from in terms of midfielders. From Fiorentina, they have Sofyan Amrabat. And then back to forwards from Angers, they have Sofiane Boufal in there. And from Sevilla, they have Youssef and Nesri as well. In terms of qualifications, Belgium, UEFA Group E winners. Canada, CONCACAF third-round winners. Morocco, CIF third-round winners. And Croatia, UEFA Group H winners. In terms of my pick, this is a tough one. I feel like this is a weaker group in terms of talent. I kind of think Canada has a shot. I think Belgium's really good. I think all these teams have a shot. So the favorite is Belgium at minus 125. Croatia's plus 210. Morocco's 950. Canada's 11-1. I'm pick Belgium. And somebody good usually gets upset. And I think it's going to be Croatia. I think either Morocco or Canada sneaks in there as a surprise. I'm going to say it's Canada. Sneaks in there and they finish in second. Croatia is going to be a disappointment. I have them in third and we'll pick Morocco last. Group G. We got Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland, and Cameroon. Brazil's a loaded team. They have Serbia on the 24th. That's Thanksgiving. Switzerland on the 28th and Cameroon on December 2nd. So they have some options in goal. They can go with Alisson of Liverpool or Ederson of Man City. And then their captain is obviously Thiago Silva of Chelsea. From Juventus, they have Danilo, they have Alexandro, and Bremer. From Sevilla, they have Alex Telles. Real Madrid, they have Eder Militao. So their defense is absolutely loaded. Midfielders, they have from Man United, Casemiro and Fred. Liverpool, they have Fabinho. Newcastle United, Bruno Guimaraes. And then forwards, from Barcelona, they have Rafinha. From Arsenal, they have Gabriel Jesus. Real Madrid, they have Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo. They have Pedro of Flamengo. And then from Arsenal, they have Gabriel Martinelli. So that is an absolutely loaded team in Brazil. Next, Cameroon, Switzerland on the 24th, Serbia on the 28th, and Brazil on the 2nd. So I don't know who will start in net for Cameroon. Maybe from Marcel Simon Napakan of Juventus, or Andre Onana of Internazionale. Defenders of note from the Seattle Sounders, Nuho Tolo, and from the Philadelphia Union, your runners-up, Olivier Mbazo. In terms of midfielders, they have Napoli's Andre Frank Zambo and Guisa. And in terms of forwards of note, from Dynamo Moscow, they have Mumi Angmelu, Nagalameu. So this group, I like their defense. They could be sneaky, but we'll see about Cameroon. Serbia, they have Brazil on the 24th, Cameroon on the 28th, and Switzerland on the 2nd. So their goalkeeper, I think it's going to be from Sevilla, Marko Dimitrovic. We'll see there. Defenders, from Red Bull Salzburg, they have Stranhinja Pavlovic. From Getafe, they have Stefan Mitrovic. In terms of midfielders, they have a big midfielder group. They have from Sevilla, Nemanja Gudlej, and then they have their captain, Dusan Tadic of Ajax. From Hellas Verona, they have Darko Lazovic and Ivan Ilic. And then in terms of forwards, they have from Juventus, Dusan Vlahovic. Next up, Switzerland. They have Cameroon on the 24th, Brazil on the 28th, and Serbia on the 2nd. So their goalkeeper is probably going to be Jan Sommer of Borussia. In terms of defenders, they have from Man City, Manuel Akanji. From Valencia, they have Ray Comret. And then from Newcastle United, Fabian Schär. Midfielders, they have their captain, Granit Xhaka of Arsenal. And then they have another captain, Remo Freuler of Nottingham Forest. From Chelsea, they have Denis Zakaria. From the Chicago Fire, Zerdan Shaqiri. So loaded midfielder group there. And then forwards, from FC Augsburg, they have Ruben Vargas. And then from Monaco, they have Briel and Bolo. And then Group G, method of qualifications, from Brazil, they had the CONMEBOL round-robin winners. Serbia, you had the UEFA Group A. Switzerland, UEFA Group C winners. And then Cameroon, the CAF third-round winners. My pick to win this group is Brazil. No doubt about it. They're loaded. They're a minus 280 favorite. Switzerland's 5-1. Serbia's plus 650. And Cameroon's 24-1. Second place, it's to me between Serbia and Switzerland. Both those teams are pretty talented. That's a tough one. Serbia, Switzerland. Both those teams are really, really good. I'm going to go with Serbia plus 650 to come in second. Switzerland, I think, will be in third, and Cameroon fourth. And in Serbia, I mean the plus 650 in terms of a Group G value play. And last but not least, Group H. It's Portugal, it's Ghana, it's Uruguay, and it's South Korea. We will start with Ghana. They have Portugal on the 24th, South Korea on the 28th, and Uruguay on December 2nd. So their starting goalie, I'm going to say it's probably Lawrence Atazigi from St. Gallen. Defenders of note, Southampton's Mohamed Salisu, Celta Vigo's Joseph Aidu, Reading's Baba Rahman, Leicester City's Daniel Armati. Midfielders from Arsenal, Thomas Partey, and from SC Freiburg, Daniel Kofi Kyrie. And then forwards from Bristol City, Antoine Semenyo, and from Crystal Palace, Jordan Ayew. Next up, Group H, it's Portugal. They've gone on the 24th, Uruguay on the 28th, and South Korea on the 2nd. Portugal's a really good group. They should be the favorite in this group. They can go anywhere for goal. The starting goalie, Rui Patricio, is probably going to be it from Roma. So in terms of defenders, they're loaded defensively. Man United, Diogo Dalot. From Man City, Ruben Diaz and Joao Cancelo. And then vice captain, they have Pepe from Porto. Midfielders from Man United, Bruno Fernandes, Man City, Bernardo Silva. From Wolverhampton, they have Ruben Neves and Matheus Nunes. They have Otavio of Porto. And then for forwards from Man United, they have, of course, their captain, Cristiano Ronaldo. He's going to be amazing this whole tournament. From AC Milan, they have Rafael Leao. And from Atletico Madrid, they have Joao Felix. So that is a loaded Portugal team for sure. Next up, South Korea. They have Uruguay on the 24th, Ghana on the 28th, and Portugal on the 2nd. So the their squad, their starting goalie will probably be Kim Sang-yu of Al-Shabaab. Defenders of note from Napoli, they have Kim Min-jae. Midfielders of significance, from Tottenham, they have Son Heung-min, who's their captain. And from Al Sadd, they have Jun Won-young. And then forwards, their most notable one is from Olympiacos, Hwang Yu-jo. And obviously, some of these rosters aren't even really finalized yet. And then last but not least, in Group H, Uruguay. Uruguay's a good team. They have South Korea on the 24th, Portugal on the 28th. That's a must-see. And then Ghana on the 2nd. So starting in goal for them, I think, is going to be Fernando Muslera of Galatasaray. Their captain is defender Diego Godin of Vélez Sarsfield. They have from the LA Galaxy, Martin Caceres. They also have a good defender in Jose Jimenez of Atletico Madrid. In terms of midfielders, from Real Madrid, they have Federico Valverde. From Tottenham Hotspur, Rodrigo Bentancur. And then forwards, from Man United, Facundo Pellistri, Liverpool's Darwin Nunez, Orlando City's Facundo Torres, and from Valencia, Edinson Cavani. So, an interesting group for Uruguay. In terms of qualification methods, Portugal, UEFA second round path C winners, Ghana, the CAF third round winners, Uruguay, CONMEBOL round robin third place, and South Korea, AFC third round group A runners up. I'm picking Portugal to win this group, no doubt about it. Second, I'm going Uruguay. Third, I'm gonna hesitate here and say Ghana, and then South Korea fourth. Portugal's minus 140 favorite. Uruguay's 2-1. Ghana's 11-1. And South Korea's 12-1. Uruguay would be a value pick at 2-1. In terms to qualify from group, my surprise team to qualify, I'm going to say Canada plus 280 is going to be like my value pick to qualify because I picked them to qualify. All right, and then obviously the knockout stage is going to be the round of 16, then the quarterfinal, the semifinal, the third place playoff, and the final. All right, so round of 16 would be winners of Group A against the runners-up of Group B. So Group A, I have winning the group. I have the Netherlands, and then the Group B runner-up, U.S. I think the Netherlands is better than U.S., so I'm going to say the Netherlands moves on. And then the winners of Group C against the runners-up of Group D. So Group C, I'm going to pick Argentina. Runners-up Group D, Denmark. So it'll be Denmark against Argentina. Argentina should beat them. Winners of Group E against the runners-up of Group F. So that would be, I'm going to pick Germany to win Group E. And in Group F runner-up, I'm going to go with Canada as my surprise team. But Germany should easily beat Canada. The Group G winner, I have obviously Brazil. The Group H runner-up, Uruguay. I'm going to say Brazil beats Uruguay. Group B winner, and then Group A runner-up, so that would be England against Senegal. I'll pick England. Group D winner against the Group C runner-up, so France against Poland. And I'm going to go with France. And then the Group F winner against the Group E runner-up, so Belgium against Spain. I'm going to go with Spain to move on. And then, because I don't have them winning their group, I'll have them advancing past Belgium, though. And then the Group H winner against the runner-up of Group G. So that would be Portugal against Serbia. And I'm going to go with Portugal. All right, the quarterfinals would be the winner of match 49 and match number 50. So, that would mean quarterfinal. All right, 49 versus 50. That would mean I would have the Netherlands would be playing Argentina, which would be really good for theater. I'll advance Argentina. And then the match 53, match 54 on paper in the quarterfinal. So it would be Germany against Brazil. That would be really cool. I'll pick Brazil to advance there. And then it would be England against France, which would be money. France versus England. We'll go with England there, but I don't feel good about it. Against France. And then it would be Spain against Portugal would be a lot of fun. And I'll go, let's have some fun. I'm going to pick Spain to advance. I think Spain loses its group but goes on a nice run here. Semifinals, oh my goodness. I would have here Argentina in that quartet. And in the other quartet, I would have Brazil. That is a dream matchup. We all want to see Brazil versus Argentina. But I'm going to say Argentina advances to the final. And then Brazil goes to the third place game. And then the other quartets, I have England and Spain. That would be a really good one. I'm going to advance Spain. So in the third place playoff, it would be Brazil against England. I'm going to say Brazil comes in third, England fourth. In the final, I'm going to say it's Spain against Argentina, and it's going to be absolutely bonkers. But I just think Argentina's team is awesome. And obviously led by who I think is the best soccer player on planet Earth in Lionel Messi. So I'm going to say Argentina wins the 2022 FIFA World Cup. So that was a fun podcast to do. We'll see how this all plays out. And I gave out some futures along the way too. So that was pretty cool. And obviously, the World Cup winner, Argentina's plus 550. And then my runner-up is Spain. They're 9-1 to be the runner-up. So a good future bet. Spain 9-1 for the runner-up. World Cup winner Argentina plus 550. To reach the final, Spain plus 230. Straight forecast. I want to see first Argentina, second Spain would be 65-1. You can get that at. That's insane. Argentina, Spain. I love it. All right, so there you have it for the FIFA World Cup preview show. And I'll look back at this at the end of the World Cup and see how I did. Hope you guys have a great night, everyone.